Hello and welcome! We are back at the Open Series Championship here at the beautiful Spa-Francorchamps circuit for the 11th round of the 2015 Open Series Championship. Yeah, like I said. Well, my name is Menno Klont and next to me it's Roy Schroten. Hey Roy.
It's great to be back after a long summer break. Glad to see some racing going on here.
Yeah, and different countries on a beach, or you don't know. We still have 17 drivers for today at the beautiful Spa circuit, so I'm very happy that we have 17 people. And we are now in qualifying, which is now underway, and most of the people are just starting their first of two timed laps. Roy, what do you think? Who will get pole?
Of course, Martin Le Passer is a very fast guy, but we've seen in the past that he is on his own going to the back of the grid and not completing any lap times to make it a bit more challenging for himself. So I think Niels Vos looks very promising. He looked very promising in practice, and he was able to go out first, so that will be for sure for him if he doesn't crash 2 timed laps in qualifying, so that may help.
Yeah, and of course, because he's the first one out, he will get pole position, but yeah, the question now is, will it stand throughout the whole session? I think Niels Vos showed quite good pace at his first Open Series race at Hungary 4 weeks ago, and I think he can be a guy who can qualify on the front row, but we will see. I think it will either be the front row or it will just be like the second row, because this guy showed in practice that he's pretty quick in testing, so yeah, that should say enough about what he can do in this qualifying session. But yeah, you always need to get the lap in, and Niels is the first one to get a lap in. That's 2:01.4. That's not the best I've seen from him, but it's also not bad. And I see Tomislav with a 2:03.3, and he's going to P2 with Jeff Maid with a 2:04.8 is going to P3. But like Jeff Maid has a second lap also, so yeah, that would be. We will look if Jeff can improve. Roy, what is happening with the other guys?
Well, the thing that surprises me is that Niels Vos has 1 second lead over Christoph Liechtenstein, who goes into second, but the gaps are quite big to the other field, the other guys in the field. It's very interesting. Of course, all these guys have another lap to do, so maybe get the tires up to temperature, get into the rhythm, and improve your second lap.
Oh, and Ryan Nash just is too late to set another lap. So
I think he made a mistake because he's quite a long distance away from the 12th position. So
it's yeah, pretty decent, but yeah, some guys are already done with their lap. Let's see who's improving. So we now have Niels Vos, who is on his time. He's in P1 with Christoph Liechtenstein in P2 with new guy Aiden Paulsen in P3, and he's improving by a tenth in the first sector. We've got Sven Dirks in 4, but he's slower. Tomislav Sieben in 5th. Theodoros Iziroglu in P6. Albano Borsotti P7. Victor Silva with a good time. What will he do in sector 2? Hope we can get an onboard from Silva also, because I think he will jump some places. Let's see. I think Niels does not improve, but stays P1. Oh, it's Sim Parrell who's jumped to P2.
that's very interesting for me.
Yes, with I think, yeah, it's a bit. A lot of guys are jumping now, but will Victor Silva do? He jumps to P8, only P8. With Paul Parkinson to P11. Rory Collins to P12.
Let's see, from Paulsen,
what will he do? P2 for Paulsen. That's pretty decent because, yeah, he's the new guy. Christoph Liechtenstein will not improve, so I think we have the whole grid. Yeah, we have the grid lined up. So, Niels Vos gets pole position. The Dutchman is in the neighbor country of Belgium. He's got a pole position, and that's a nice run for Niels Vos. He hoped to get pole position, but yeah, he really does deliver and has pole position with 0.8 of a second, and that's pretty impressive, Roy.
Yeah, it's quite a large margin. Of course, for him, it's great to be on pole here, somewhat of his home Grand Prix with no Grand Prix in the Netherlands itself.
Yeah.
We, of course, for William, if you're watching, give us Zandvoort back, please. But of course, Spa is a great track as well, and it's great to see his pace of Niels Vos. Quite a big gap, and of course, what I expected, Martin Lepassar being right at the back of the grid. We've seen it gone wrong from him from there, being hit and caught up in some accidents. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can deliver.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have news, so he gets pole position, but Aiden Paulsen, if I pronounce it correctly, at his debut here at the Open Series, he's going to P2. That is really decent as well. Roy, what you thoughts about Aiden getting P2?
Yeah, it was quite a surprise. Of course, he was only able to do one lap, so I didn't really see him up there. Also, not really in practice. That could be just me, but yeah, it's quite a surprise and great to see him back here in his debut.
Yeah, in his debut, yeah. Yeah, and Simpero, that's a guy we saw in Hungary already. He's going for, he qualified for P3, sorry. Yeah, and I think that's also good because, yeah, I think if you are in the top 5 of this race, then you can really look at podium positions. So Sim, Christoph, Liechtenstein in P4, and Sven Dirks look all pretty good for that win. But yeah, Niels looks very strong. We will see if somebody can stop him. I think if somebody can stop him, that will be the guy who starts from P17. That's Mr. Lepassar. But yeah, we will see in the. Yeah, I think it will be an exciting race. It's Spa. We will see. Maybe we'll see crashing, but we also will see good overtaking. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, the first corner is quite tight, and after that you have the long straights through Eau Rouge. Spa isn't a track where it's very hard to overtake, so there are quite some possibilities to do so.
Yeah.
So that's going to make some interesting racing for sure.
I hope everybody can get onto the grids on time. But we will see.
Use the Vos is ready. Use Vos. Yeah, as you said before, it's quite a large grid. Seeing what time we're driving now. Some guys on vacation. So it's a lot of guys going further to Formula Challenge. So it's great to see there are still people who are willing to drive.
Yeah, true. And I think we have one guy who missed the warm-up, and that's Christoph Liechtenstein, so he needs to start from pits. So that's pretty sad because he was quite close. So he needs to start from pits. So, Roy, you want to do the starting positions?
Sure. So first, we already talked about him, Niels Vos, starting from pole position in an excellent time. I think even in the Formula Challenge that would be quite a challenging time for a top 15 position, maybe even. In second, we have Aiden Paulsen. We also talked about him. Very great drive by him in his qualifying run. Siem Perel, very close. Just 1/10 of a second to Aiden Paulsen, even less. So very close for him. Christoph Liechtenstein starting from the pit, so not in fourth where he qualified, unfortunately. In fifth we have, and now fourth, we have Sven Dirks, followed by Tomislav Schroten in fifth. J of Mate, already done some Fona Challenge races as well, and quite an experienced guy, starting in 6th. Victor Silva, I expected him to be further up, so maybe we can see something more from him in the race, starting in 7th. Theodorus Isikolo, they don't take it easy for it. Thank you, Menno. He's starting in 8th. Hopefully his race will be better than it's will be easier for him to go into the top 5 than it's easier to pronounce his name. 9th it's Albano Borsotti with Paul Parkinson, that's an easy name, in 10th. Rory Collins in 11th, followed by Eric Stanford in 12th. Eric also done quite some races here already in the open series, so it's great to see him back as well. 13th place is for Marco van den Broek, followed by Rien Hoekstra. 16th is Ryan S, who had some issues in qualifying, and Martin Passa, who was in the last place of the grid, not doing any lap in qualifying.
Yeah, but in the race he will be there. So we missed one guy already, that's Christoph Liechtenstein, but he's still in the race, so we will watch what it will be. Can Niels Vos get the launch he wants? He was afraid about the first lap, he said. That was my main fear, but I think he can potentially win this one. We will see. We're starting soon. We've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and in Spa we are go! And it's a good start from Niels Vos. He nailed that one, and Simparel did a great start as well. And Tomislav with a rocket start with P3. Everything is going good in this start. But how will Orouge go? It's still Niels Vos leading, but Simparel is pretty close with Silva in P3, with Sveben in P4, with Paulsen in P5, and Borsotti, no, it's Eziroglu in P6 with Borsotti in P7. Oh, look at those cars. Roy, what did you see? Oh, it's Niels next to Parel, and Parel takes the lead. Parel takes the lead.
But right now, Niels making a slip there. He falls back to 5th, so even.
Everything looks pretty well. Oh, and Marco van den Broek is in the gravel. Ryan Nash is in the gravel. Oh, Ryan Nash already lost his front wing. Rien Hoekstra is doing a good job, he overtook. And we have Christoph Liechtenstein also from pits, he's rolling. So, Simparel had a good start, and he managed to surprise Niels Vos the first lap, so...
Niels Vos battling it out with Theodorus now for 5th place, so he can even fall back to 6th.
Yeah, but I think Niels was I think he was really excited, but maybe a bit nervous, and I think Niels can easily go for the overtake. I think if he has that feeling again, he will come back. And it's a pretty decent lap because everybody's close. We haven't had that much problems. So Simparel with Victor Silva, and Silva, that's a racer, and Silva sees the opportunity. He knows he might win this one because Silva is very experienced. And Silva and Parel are pretty close now, and look at Silva on the gearbox. But I hope Silva knows that he gets a lot of understeer if he's close, but he's trying. They touch, but still not crashing. No, those guys have respect for each other. And look at all those guys. They're battling like their life depends on it. And now we've got Aiden Paulsen also looking, and it's Silva. Silva takes the lead for Simparel and Aiden Paulsen in P3 with Tomislav Sveben. That guy is also always where the fun is. With Niels Vos still in 5, Sven Dirks is getting into P6 with Theodorus in P7. Look at those cars! I hope we can get an onboard from Le Passer, because if you see all those cars in front of him, this is really a good looking field. The top 8 between 1.5 seconds in the Open Series, Roy. I don't believe it.
This is truly amazing to see all those cars in one shot. Victor Silva looking promising now, but can't really get away from the field. Le Passer now up to 7th already, and at the back of these guys, so expect him to roll through there as well.
Yeah. Oh, and this is really a good fight. But Silva is getting away a bit. But
yes,
now
Simpero had some trouble getting off that corner that allowed
him. Wow. Ooh, and the Simpero is trying. Oh.
Niels Vos coming very wide there, back to 8 with this group now.
And Silva still leads for Perel, but Paulsen is trying now. Dirks is trying. He's in P4 with Sweden 5, with Ezeroglu P6, Parsa 7, and Niels Vos in P8. So, pole position, man. I hope we can get an onboard. He's in P8, but nothing is lost for Niels, actually, because he's pretty close. If he has the pace, he can still pass most of those guys. If not, he can pass all. And I think we must not forget Albano Borsotti, Eric Stanford, and Paul Parkix and Rory Collins are pretty close to this leading people of the leading group of 8. So, yeah, all the drivers have had quite a decent race, and only have one guy with problems, and that's Ryan Nash. But he's still driving, so yeah. You can also see what Spa means to those guys, because normally you see people who are stopping racing or are parking the car if it's not going well, but this is Spa, this is a special track, this is a long track, everything can happen, and yeah, they want to finish this one. Meanwhile, did something happen, Roy, in the front group?
In the front group I haven't seen anything happen. The group is still quite close together, although Niels Vos seems to have a little bit of trouble hanging on. Although after a mistake of Theodorus, Martin Le Passer up to 6th now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking really good.
Oh, I see Nash standing again for a spin, but no damage to his car this time.
Good. Oh, it's Paulsen! Paulsen misbraked himself, and Le Passer misbraked himself, and now Dirks is spinning. Oh, this is what we waiting for. Now the Grand Prix will start. Now everything will find its way. So Aiden Paulsen misbraked himself, and he lost his front wing. So Aiden he will not get a podium anymore, and he needs to pit for a new nose. And yeah, with a lost front wing, the Eau Rouge that's really difficult to take now with no front wing. So he needs to pit. Wow. And Le Passer lost some time.
We have Tim Farrell fighting for the lead now, but Victor Silva can hold him off this time.
Yeah. And yeah, meanwhile, all of this, of course, gives Tomislav Sviban the podium position with Theodorus Ezeroglu now in P4. Those guys are really enjoying, like, you can do what you want, other guys, but we are just doing our thing, and if you crash out or misbrake yourself on braking, then we will overtake you. And yeah, for Sviban or Ezeroglu, a pony will feel like a win, I think. But yeah, there we have Le Passer already in P5. So yeah.
Yeah, that was quite eventful. Paulsen losing his front wing, and Le Passer misbraked himself and almost ran into the back of the spinning other guy in the black car. Not sure what his name was, but it was quite close, so quite surprising to see that his car doesn't have any damage. And
it was Sven Dirks, I believe.
Great stuff. But Martin and Passer are now being up to 4th and battling for 3rd.
And now we have Sven Dirks in 8th position battling with Albano Borsotti next to each other. Oh, they run right, yeah. It's easy to run right there. But Borsotti stays in front.
Oh, Theodorus and Lepasser are hit. Lepasser doesn't give him any room there. Now this allows Tomislav Schroten to have a little bit of a game.
Oh, and Theodorus is still trying. I hope we can get an onboard of Theodorus. Or maybe we should have an onboard from Lepasser, because he's going to try a move at Tomislav Schroten, I think. Because his run at Eau Rouge is much better than Schroten's. And now he will get slipstream. But Schroten's car is also having good top speed. And he's going to defend. Schroten is going to defend. But can he pass? No, he can't. Schroten still is in front, but Lepasser looks pretty strong. So I think Lepasser will overtake. No, Lepasser is trying on the outside and outside, and it doesn't work. And we've got Eziroglu back in this fight. He's trying. This is a good fight. Schroten is trying. He's not giving it easy, and there's Lepasser runs wide, and now Eziroglu was a bit mean there.
That was quite a dirty move.
That was quite a dirty move. I think, yeah, it was not really nice. So that also allowed Niels Vos back. So that's good to see. So yeah, and I think we have a crash. It's Albano Borsotti who loses his. What was it? This front left wing. What happened there then? I don't know what happened there. What happened there? Oh, he did hit the. He just crashed. He lost it on the curb. Oh, that looks a bit like we saw in F1 earlier this week. But I think Borsotti is fine, and he's out. So. Yeah, so then I think that's our first retirement.
Oh, Theodorus! Almost clipping the back of Tomislav Schroten going to Lassos.
And Niels Vos? Oh.
They're all battling it out for 3rd place here. 3 to 7th place. All battling it out for 3rd place at the moment. It's great to see this fight.
This is really good. Meanwhile, we have 2 retirements. We've got Jeff Mate and Albano Borsotti, who's out of this Grand Prix. Oh, is this 3 wide? No, it's... Oh, it's close. And now we've got Niels Vos. Niels Vos next to... Is it Eziroglu? Oh my... And Sven Dirks is at the group. Hey Sven! I saw you spin, but now you are at the group. Oh, and Eziroglu runs wide. Oh, he will lose so much. So... meanwhile, it's still Victor Silva and Sim Parrell who are in the lead and P2, and I think they already have 4.6 seconds lead, so that's pretty big for Spa. So those two, if they don't crash, they have a really good head start of the rest, which is now Schroten. But Niels Vos recovering in P4. And now he looks like he's a bit more relaxed now. The pole position was a lot of, it was really tense, and now you see that he's finding his rhythm lap after lap. With Lepasser, with some problems, he's still in P5, and yeah, if Lepasser is driving full out, then Lepasser will go in front. And then we've got Niels Vos. No, it's still Tomislav, and I think Tomislav loves this racing, and yeah, that is really good racing. It's Sven Dirks, Theodorus, and I must also say to Eric Stanford and Paul Parkinson, they are driving a really good race as well. So yeah, it's still Victor leading. So, Roy, did you see anything, a good battle or anything else between all those drivers?
do I see any good battle? I only
Yeah.
that was here. It's great to see this. It's one of the best races I've ever seen in Open Series at the moment. 3 wide going into there. Let's see who can.
La Passer. That's La Passer. Oh, and it's a spin from Svenderks. Oh, watch out, Svenderks. Gained a lot of time and now he lost all those time again. But yeah, that's part of the game.
And now it's going to be very interesting to see Martin Lepassar having 6 laps only to close the gap to Victor Silva and Sim Perel. The gap is around 5.5 seconds at the moment. Oh, wow, we see Martin Lepassar's car being very unstable. But Martin is a fast guy, so let's see if we can manage to close it in. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, but Martin Lepassar, we know his reputation, and if one guy can do it, it's Lepassar. But we will see. And we have Sim Perel, who's quite close to Victor Silva now, so who knows? Sim Perel is going to try to overtake Victor Silva. Oh, but Silva still leads. I think he's enjoying himself with going to the lead. And it's another lap that Victor Silva leads. But there's only one lap he wants to lead, and that's the last one. And did the gap came down from Lepassar? Yes, it's a full second Lepassar won on that last lap. So the race is on with Silva, with Perel in P2, Lepassar P3, Zwieben and Vos next to each other to Eau Rouge for P4, and it's Vos now taking Zwieben with Ezeroglu P6, Stanford P7, Dirks P8, Parkinson P9, Liechtenstein P10 with Van der Broek P11, Rory Collins P12, Nienk Hoekstra P13 and Aiden Paulsen after front wind change in P14.
Menno, just to get back to you, Sim Perel tried to overtake Victor Silva and went wide in the chicanes and lost a little bit of time, but was able to keep it in a straight line.
Yeah.
Now we have Christoph Liechtenstein back in the top 10 after his adventurous start. So that's great to see. He's quite fast. Let's see his lap time. Say 2 minutes 3 seconds.
Yes.
While we have Victor Silva driving 2 minutes 3.5.
Yeah,
so,
that makes you wonder, right? If Christoph didn't miss the race start or the warm-up lap start, I think he would be up there. But yeah, he's still driving, so you will look what he can do. Oh, and Tomislav Zwieben and Niels Vos. Oh, what happened there? Oh, there's a big crash from Niels Vos. What happened there then? Oh, Niels Vos spun and he took Tomislav out. Oh, wow. That changes a bit, so...
Yeah, and now Niels Vos can continue while we lost the one who started it off.
We have a lead change, No, we don't have a lead change. But, I hear Tomislav is alright. He's shaken but not steered. How do you say that? But yeah, that was a big hit. But yeah, I think Tomislav is the first one who would say, if you race, you can crash. And well, yeah, this was unfortunate, but still, yeah, it was a hard hit for.
Sim Perel trying into the outside, but sorry to interrupt, but the fights are so great that you can't miss a moment. By the blink of an eye, you miss everything. So great battling here. Sim Perel trying to do everything to overtake Victor Silva, but Victor is making his car so wide, just unable to overtake at the moment. It's great to see, and Lepassar has already catched him with... Victor Silva crashed. Hard hit for him.
Oh no.
I think he's out. Not sure.
Oh no, Victor, no. He was so close.
Victor Silva is out.
So Simperl and Lapasser are going to battle it out then. With Theodorus, and I think Theodorus can't believe his eyes. Theodorus is driving in P3 after even a spin, but he's in P3, and yeah, I know that guy a bit, that Theodorus is Roglu, and yeah, he wants to go to FC in the future, but he doesn't have the results to show. If he can get a podium, that would be a result where the team bosses of FC are saying, well, yeah, you deserve a shot in the FC car. So he's doing his himself a really good favor, because yeah,
it's I just wanted to say a shout out to Theodorus later in the race, but I can do it now. We've seen him driving quite some races here, but this is by far the best one I've seen him doing. He's quite aggressive, sometimes a little bit too aggressive, missing that one corner, but he's doing great in third now. A very deserved spot by Theodorus. He's doing a fabulous job at the moment.
and if you have it about the things like people who drive a good race, then we must name Eric Stanford, because he is driving. I don't know if I can say he's driving his balls out. He's driving so hard and so fast, and he's just not made any mistake. I don't know if I'm now cursing it, but Eric Stanford, you don't see him, you don't hear him. He's just starting. He's doing his own rhythm. Everybody else, Silva, Tomislav, Vos, they crashed all, but Stanford is doing his thing, and yeah, he's now in. I think he is in P4, and for Stanford, that would be really good if he finished. Will be finished there. And now I see Martin Lapasser in P2, and he's getting close.
Yeah.
And I hear that we also have a change, that Roddy Collins overtook Marco Vandenbroek for P10.
Oh,
9.
We have Simperl having a very bad accident, and Martin Lapasser right at the back now, going to the outside. Let's see if everything goes right here.
Black and black.
It's going to be close.
Martin will break later. So, will he do it again then, from last place winning again? Yeah, that guy is so fast, and yeah, if he get the laps in, then he make it look so easy.
Yeah, it's the final lap, and I have to say I'm feeling a bit for Simperl. Doing the whole race, he's battling it out to Victor Silva, trying to get that lead. Then he gets it, and for 1 or 2 laps, and he loses it again to Lapasser, who's driving an excellent race here. The fastest guy on the track, so it's
and we now have Stanford and Dirks next to each other. Oh, Rouge! Oh, guys, please! Oh! And it's Dirks who gets P4. Poor Eric Stanford, but the black-colored cars are looking so good. They have 1, 2, and 4 now, and Stanford to P5, but he's doing well. He's doing pretty. So Ryan Nash in the pits again. I think he wants to beat the record of making pit stops in one race, and I think he's quite close to get that record. But yeah, for the rest, it's sad, of course, that he has a lot of problems. So we got Silva, Sviben, Borsotti, and Mate out of this race. So we still have 30 guys driving. So yeah.
Oh. Dirks lets Eric Stanford through, or at least that's what it looked. Maybe he took the wrong line and his car didn't want to accelerate. But Eric Stanford back and forth.
Yeah. So I think we are about to see a new victory for Martin Lapasser, and that would mean, I think, his third or fourth win in the Open Series. I think it is his third. So here he comes, Martin Lapasser. He punches the air with his fist, and I think he will win. He wins the race. It's Simperl 1.1 second behind, but he's P2.
Oh, Sven Dirks going very wide. Can Erik Stanford profit from this? No. He doesn't have the exit he wanted.
It's Theodorus P3, Sven Dirks P4 with Erik Stanford P5 and Niels Vos P6 with Paul Parkinson P7 and Christoph Liechtenstein P8. So Rory Collins is P9. Oh, or will he? No, it's Van der Broek P9. Oh, who's it going to be? It's Van der Broek for Collins. Now we got Aiden Paulson, who lost his front wing again in P11. But Paulson is one for the future. Watch him in the future races, I think. If he is coming back, that's a podium guy. With Rink Hoekstra is going to finish in P12 and Ryan Nash in P13. But he's one lap down. So, Roy, it's Lapasser winning again for Parel in P2 and Eziroglu in P3. Your thoughts?
Well, Martin Lepassar, we know that he likes to make it a bit challenging for him. We have seen it go wrong, we have seen it go right, like today. He was involved in quite some hard battles, quite some adventurous racing, but he managed to keep it in first. So that's great to see. Also a shout out to Sim Parel. He battled our race long without making any mistakes, so that has to be said from him. We've seen some top guys making mistakes, damaging their cars, even retiring, so it's great to see him in second, being able to drive a race without any incidents. Theodorus Exikulo, I'm just going...
Eziroglu.
At the start of the race, I kind of hoped that he would do so well, so I wouldn't pronounce his name too much, but I'm just going to call him Theodorus, because that's a bit easier for me. But he's very deserved in third. A great race by him. I hope to see him in Formula Challenge one day, to see what he can do there. Sven Dirks in fourth, also very good, and Erik Stanford. I think it's one of his best results in the Open Series, so that's great to see. And Niels Vos in his first race in sixth. From pole position, I expected a little bit more from him, but it's only his first race. It was quite an adventurous race, so I'm very glad to see him finish.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, yeah, we finished the race, and I must say this was a pearl. This was a very good race with the top 8 at the first few laps. That was really, really epic to see, and yeah, I'm really happy I could commentate on this. But yeah, I think the Formula Challenge is starting soon, and the Formula Challenge has a podium driver, what was his name? Antonio Idlanovic in the Downforce seat. So he is trying to get good results after he got P2 in Hungary at the Open Series. So yeah, that's starting soon, and I think you all going to watch that now. So I think we will make an end to this beautiful broadcast. Roy, any final words?
Let's hope that we can see this kind of battles for the remainder of the season, because this was the best race that I've seen from Open Series so far.
Yeah, this was really a great one. So yeah, I want to thank Roy. I want to thank you. I want to thank Ruud Hiestebeek, because he did the beautiful well, yeah, the cameras, and yeah, and for the rest I want to thank everybody who is watching now. So without you we couldn't exist. So thanks, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the Italian Grand Prix of the Open Series. Bye bye.